We came to the last part of our tutorial. I'll close all the necessary files here. So we have the Zynq software built and ready, and we have the MicroBlaze built and ready. So now I'll connect my board. And I'll add my camera, and we can actually start debugging on the board. Here are the push button, those two are the 0 and 1, the LEDs are above them, and here we have the RGB LEDs. And we will start with, and we have our charter. So we'll reduce this so we'll have everything together. So we'll start with the Zynq. We'll start a single application debug with the Zynq, with the ARM Cortex-9 0 ARM, and we use the FSBL, reset the entire system, program the FPGA, and initialize using the FSBL. The Zynq will start the system. So let's start debug. And we're ready to roll with the Zynq. Now before we start the Zynq, we'll start the MicroBlaze. Again, we start debug as, debug configuration. We'll start a new single application debug. And here I'll show you how to work with two CPUs, with two softwares simultaneously on the same design. We address it to the MicroBlaze. We will not reset because the Zynq is already running. We just run the PS init and the post configuration, and we start the debug. And now it will ask us, existing large configuration with the Zynq, would you like to terminate it? No, because we want to work with both of them. So no. And here we have the Zynq and the MicroBlaze together debug on the same board. We'll start with the Zynq. We'll read the configuration parameters and initialize the interrupt controller, and we'll do the same for the Zynq. As you can see, I'm debugging in two separate CPUs on the same system. Now we can connect the interrupts to the handlers in the MicroBlaze, and in the Zynq. In the Zynq, I will set the parameters for the interrupts, and I will connect the interrupts to the handlers. Next, we enable the interrupts in the Zynq and in the MicroBlaze. And we'll start the interrupt controller in the MicroBlaze. Then we end for the exception table in the MicroBlaze. We initialize it, we connect it to the handlers, and we enable it. And the same with the Zynq. Now both system are in the while loop, so we let them run, the Zynq and the MicroBlaze, and actually nothing happened because they are both in the while loop and they are both waiting for the trigger. So I'll press the button, and here is my first interrupt, and I see the RGB LED here is working. So now let's press the second interrupt, and we have the second interrupt from the second handler, and the LED show 2. We press again, and we have the second interrupt for the 3, and here we have 3. Now let's press the first one, and the RGB turned again. Now we can actually stop the MicroBlaze, and if we press the button, the first and the second are on, but the LED didn't change. And now we can stop the ARM and run the MicroBlaze, and once we press the button, the LEDs, the RGB LEDs changed, but the Zynq doesn't write because the singlet stopped. Now we can run them both. And everything is working again. Both of them are tingling. And we have two CPUs running with two different softwares on the same system. So in this tutorial I showed you how to configure the interrupt controller both to MicroBlaze and in Zynq, and how to work two separate softwares on two separate CPUs in the same system. All my files as usual will be in my GitHub in the description below. Thank you and goodbye.